start of the session. This is basically the closing day of our entrepreneurship challenge, and this is the round three where we were having this online session with an entrepreneur. So I would like to formally introduce Mina Salman to all of our students and all of our guests. That she is the founder of the gallery. A lot of students must know about the brand. They must know, they use it. I personally am a user of the gallery, so I was really excited to get to talk to you and get to know the journey of the gallery. So we will begin with a very basic question: that how did the idea come to your mind, and how did this world of the gallery started? How this did this journey begin?
Yeah, thank you so much, Zonera, for such a nice and very nice introduction. So I just wanted to say formally hello to everyone who's listening to me right now. So बैग गैलरी के पीछे it's kind of a very nice story, but मुझे लगता है कि we all have our dreams and goals for ourselves. And when I talk about myself, entrepreneurship was never something. It was never my thing. I never imagined my whole life that I will go into this whole enterprising and things like that. Because in our times when we were young, when we were students, we were always encouraged to get into MNCs. That's the thing how we were trained कि आपको MNC में जाना है, and you have to work hard. And that is the thing I was that was engraved in me when I was getting my degree. Now I'm happy that times have changed, because हमारे ज़माने में entrepreneurship was something for those people who have generational wealth. So it is very easy for them to get into this ventureship, and they can come up with their own lines because they have a good support, financial support for them to अगर कोई चीज़ गलत भी हो जाएगी तो संभाल लिया जाएगा. But for people like us, it was very difficult. But we've seen success stories of Huda Katan. Her brand Huda Beauty has become huge in the region, in the Middle East, USA, UK, India, and even in Pakistan. So we have some success stories. Coming back to Bag Gallery, I have always been very, very passionate about shopping, and especially beauty and things like fashion and things like that. So this was always on my mind कि कुछ उसमें करना है, but eventually हिम्मत नहीं थी. But after having few, like मैं क्या कहती, bad experiences in life, being a mother, I was not able to find something 9 to 5 for myself. So I really wanted to follow my passion, and my passion was shopping. And उस जमाने में दुबई में online shopping was getting new. It was a new thing, and we were getting used to it. So Bag Gallery came into being. A lot of people ask me कि why you have named your venture Bag Gallery, because I initially started off from bags. So हमने जब शुरू किया था मैंने बैग से शुरू किया था, because that was my focal point, that I'm going to sell high end luxury bags. So that was where I from. And slowly and gradually, when you jump into the pool, you start going into the deeper ends. So the deeper ends mein gaye, I got to know the market more, and eventually we shifted the whole paradigm to Pakistan. Also, Pakistan mein e-commerce was very new at that point of time. A lot of people were not even accustomed to buying online. So we used to sell through Facebook Messenger and Instagram pe DMs and all that. So usse aista aista we started building up. We started adding more categories, and things started working out for us. So eventually, things started sailing. But obviously, there were lots of ups and downs. I think we've learned a lot during this journey, and we're still in the process of learning.
Exactly. I would like to add a point here that you, while sharing the journey of Bag Gallery, you're saying that it initially started off with the bags. But I remember I got to know about Bag Gallery back in 2020, the end of 2020. One of my friends suggested that, okay, I had to buy something related to the, basically the cosmetics. So I recently, when I saw bags on Bagallery, and I was asking the same friend, okay, do they have bags as well? So this is how your business transforms. Now Bagallery is majorly known for the cosmetics and for the other things as compared to the bags. So it's a wonderful experience to get to know this. But tell me something, Mina, that you thought that was a win for you in this whole journey, or there were a couple of, definitely there are always ups and downs, and there were some good moments and then there are some bad moments. But what were the, if I ask you to point out the major wins and the major struggles, what do you think were those, and what was the point where you had to struggle a lot?
Zanera, when we talk about, wins and struggles, so it's not always like people normally ask me, like, what is your success story? I really don't know because there is no success story because, tab tak zinda hai, we are going to keep working towards a goal. So I always personally believe in having small wins. For example, I think we have all students over here. So, a lot of times, getting up early in the morning and going to the gym seems like a huge task for us. But eventually, jab aap gym mein, you go there, you do your workout, or you eat something healthy, you go for a healthy breakfast, that is your first win of the day. And then you're like, okay, I've getting goal मैंने achieve कर ली, let's move on to the next one. How this is how you proceed during the day, and sometimes you do miss. So when we talk about bag alley, there were a lot of different wins. Like for me, I think when I sold my first bag, it was an imported bag. I think it's a luxury brand Coach का bag मैंने काफी sell किया था, so that was my first win. इसके अलावा the lot of then the journey started changing for us. Like for example, a lot of people told us that you'll not be able to sell beauty products online because there was this concept that people like women don't buy foundations online, but actually we found out that they do. A lot of women they buy foundations online. So that was one barrier that we eventually that was a win for us. Then our first billboard when it got up in the city, I mean, that was a major. I mean, for me, it was something, it really touched my heart. It's something that started off from my living room, is eventually becoming, talk of the town, and, people are talking about it. Iske alawa, we did our Glam Fest this year only. We did first Glam Fest in Karachi. It was a huge mammoth of a task that I would give it to my team because they worked really hard on it. और जब वो इतना अच्छा सक्सेसफुल हुआ, आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर इट वाज 11 a.m. इट वाज ओपनिंग टाइम. और I was like, यार शायद बाहर कोई खड़ा नहीं. When the team members they all were like, no, the people dying to get inside, and that moment I felt so proud of the enterprise that I've been able to create, and obviously with the help of my team. So these are small wins that you look up to. But इसके अलावा, it's not about winning. There are a lot of other things that happen in the background. I think every day, each and every day comes up with lots of struggles. और बहुत सारी स्ट्रगल्स होती हैं, बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं. जब वो प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं तो वो अपने साथ सॉल्यूशंस भी लेकर आते हैं. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ सीइंग प्रॉब्लम्स और स्ट्रगल्स एज समथिंग टू पुट यू डाउन, थिंक ऑफ इट एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू फाइंड अ सॉल्यूशन फॉर समथिंग न्यू. सो हमारे लिए इनिशियली काफी स्ट्रगल होता था बिकॉज मी एंड माय हस्बैंड वी स्टिल बेस्ड इन दुबई, बट शुरू में we had a very small team who were operating from Karachi. We were based in Dubai, so operating through that was quite a task. And we were doing initially a lot of imported beauty products, and the customs and the whole those gray areas, those were very difficult for us to manage at that time. So we eventually we shifted to a lot of local beauty products. For example, we have L'Oreal and Unilever who started eventually partnering up with us, and we gave them good results also. So जब वो चीजें आहिस्ता आहिस्ता overcome हुई, we used to have problems of cash, cash in hand, and managing your cash flow. It's quite it's a little difficult, especially जब आप e-commerce में काम कर रहे होते हैं. And then when people are not accustomed to fintech, like using their card online, that was like 90% of the people are still used to, and they like to pay cash on delivery. So usko manage karna, and then partnering up with like our procurement उसकी जितने भी हमारे delivery partners हैं उनके साथ जब patch up करना, and so there's a every single day there's a struggle. But those are few of the major, like, tech. We are not, me and my husband Salman, who's co-founder, we were not very tech savvy. So उसको manage करना, और उसके आज से कुछ साल पहले we did our first campaign, or we didn't have money to go on a very good software for e-commerce. We didn't have Shopify at that time. So जैसे ही हमारी sale on हुई and our website went down, this is something I'm not embarrassed of sharing this with all of you कि हमारी website पूरी crash हो गई थी. So at that point we really felt कि, oh my god, this is kind of embarrassing. But eventually the team worked really hard, and in 12 hours they were able to build the website from scratch, and they eventually did it, और पूरी website को दोबारा खड़ा किया. So that was kind of learning for us. So I think more than the win, जो struggles होती है, जो आपके जो dark moments होते, they really help you in achieving your goals. कि अगर मैं तब भी मैं survive किया था, so I can do in these times also.
And basically they give you an idea that how can you do better, or you learn from those experiences. If you are not going to face that sort of a problem, you'll never
Yeah.
understand that, okay, this could be a challenge as well. तो वो जो फर्स्ट टाइम, वो there is a saying that taking the first step is the hardest thing. So going through
Absolutely.
everything, the first step is the hardest, the first struggle or the first barrier is the hardest one, and later on things they get smooth. If you talk about, like, giving an advice or letting people know who are going to be entrepreneurs, or the students, they are very young, who have joined us today. So what would be your, basically, advice, or the points that you would want people to keep in mind, who have that entrepreneurial mindset, or who want to end up creating a new enterprise? So what would you suggest them, or what advice would you give them?
Yeah, there are few pointers that I have in my mind and I wanted to share with all of you. It's like I think today's time is much better in our times. Like internet is so strong and then social media is so strong. So it depends on how you use it. And a lot of people try to use it in their for the good. So I think instead of using it for the bad, it's very important कि इन चीजों को अच्छी तरीके से use करके you can make them work for yourself. But since all of them students बहुत ज़्यादा बैठे हुए हैं who listen to me right now, I would really like to tell them that first thing that I would really like to share with all of you is to learn to manage your time. Time management is the most important thing, regardless of who you are and where you are in the world right now. आप student हैं, आप stay at home mom हैं, you're a part-time worker, you're working for an MNC, you have your own enterprise. It's very important to manage your time. So it's very, very important to be punctual and you need to align your things. That's about मैंने इतने बजे करना है. So it gives you, I think for me it's a big win when you are following the time, because a lot of people say that money is expensive. I think time is very expensive. We're aging with every single passing second. We are aging, and I want to share with all of you that you are never going to be this age as you are right now. You're never going to be this young again. So ये time चला जाएगा. We all are aging, so इसी time is also passing. So अगर आप, if you want to do something, do it now. The second point would be, like, if you are thinking of getting into this entrepreneurship, it's very important to hire a good team, and hire a good team that is equally passionate about your venture as you are. Because if you hire people, you build up a team and they are उस लिहाज से नहीं देखते या उस विजन को सही से अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करते, it will be very difficult for you to prosper. आपका venture अच्छे से नहीं चलेगा. And then when you get a team, you need to delegate the task. There are a lot of founders I meet on and off that want to do everything themselves. सब चीजें अपने हाथ में रखना. I would really appreciate you when you have the team. It's important that you delegate a task to them, and when you are done with delegating the task, trust them, and just the team will work hard, and you need to trust them with whatever they're doing. And अगर आपकी enterprise में, if you're not into entrepreneurship, you want to work, आप job करना चाहते हैं, it's very important कि आप जो है just give your best shot. Be 100% honest. I think honesty is very important whatever you're doing in life. So ये चीजें बहुत जरूरी है. Third thing would be to make strategies and goals that are achievable. Like if you are thinking of investing in a startup, it's very important that you go ahead with the business plan. I didn't do that. That I have learned over a period of time. It's very important that you have a 5-year business plan at least in your hand. You need to know how will you manage your cash flow, how you are going to scale your business, how you're going to go to the first break even, how you're going to make it profitable. A lot of times business fail because of this, because they don't have that strategy in their hand, and they like they have go उनका idea बहुत unique होता है, but the idea is not scalable. So if your business is not scalable, goal achievable नहीं है, जो आप चीज दे रहे हैं वो अगले 5 सालों में लोग उससे निकल जाएंगे, then there is no point of doing that. So it's very important to be realistic and constantly healthy criticism is very important. You need to criticize what are you doing right now. And other thing is just be consistent with whatever you're doing in life. There are a lot of ups and downs in life. You will fall down like 10 times, but remember, every 10 times you're falling down, you need to get up. you know मुश्किल होता है, you don't know how to rock your boat, but the thing is you have to get onto it. जितनी आप consistent रहेंगे अपने goals को लेकर, अपने vision को लेकर, अपने mission को लेकर, उतना आप करीब होंगे. So it's very important that you stick on to what are you doing and be consistent.
Thank you so much, Mina. Mina, I would want to ask a question. When it comes to online shopping, and when it comes to, especially in the basically in the category of makeups and beauty products, the quality and this trust issue is very very much like any buyer or any shopper, when they're going to go to an online website, the first question is what about the quality, or just the way you said that the first bag that you sell was of Coach. So we now in Pakistan even, a lot of good brands, and people are very hesitant ke replica na aa jaye, copy na aa jaye. So I'm sure that you must have faced that in the very beginning when you started off this enterprise. So how did you cater to that? I know that I have ordered myself from Bagallery a lot of times, and there was never a quality issue. One thing that once you have a good experience, you keep on going back. But then at times there are people who say that no, we did not have good experience, probably the product did not suit their face or their skin type, and they would just simply put the blame on the brand. So how do
Yeah.
you think that, how did you cater to that issue? How did you
Okay.
develop that trust now? Yeah.
Yeah, देखिए trust बहुत जरूरी है about whenever you're doing anything. And Zonera, it's a very thank you for asking this question, because for me, when I started off this venture, the first and the most important thing to me was selling authentic products, because I am a huge user of beauty and skincare products. I'm a beauty blogger also, so I always wanted to make sure the product that I'm using और जहाँ से मैं खरीद रही हूँ, like from authenticated websites like Look Fantastic or Cow's Beauty or Amazon, कहीं से भी आप दुनिया में उठा रहे हैं, the product needs to be 100% original. So उसको, now the thing is about, in your heart that this is a 100% original product and you've paid a good price for it. The second thing is, देखिए जब आप कोई फेक प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हैं, the quality will always be, like आपको अगर आप 10,000 की हुदा की पैलेट ले रहे हैं और वही पैलेट अगर आपको 2,000 रुपए में मिल रही है, you will eventually 2,000 वाली eventually फेक ही होगी. सो इट्स वेरी
बिल्कुल।
इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप, अगर आपने कोई भी मेकअप की प्रोडक्ट खरीदनी है, आप जाकर उसकी ओरिजिनल वेबसाइट पे देख सकते हैं. यू कैन लर्न अबाउट द वेट और उसका क्या क्वालिटी है. सो हमने इस चीज को इसलिए ओवरकम किया. कैसे ओवरकम किया? वी वर्कड ऑन आवर सोशल मीडिया. सो हमारा जो सोशल मीडिया है, वर्ल्ड ऑफ बैगैलरी, वी यूज्ड इट एज अ टूल, एज अ ब्रिज टू ओवरकम दैट डिफरेंस बिटवीन the customer and the brand. Or बीच में we work with a lot of influencer. Our influencer marketing is like, is one of its kind. It's it's pioneer. और जिस तरह से हमने PR packages develop किए. So our influencers who work with us, they eventually उन्होंने उस चीज को authenticate किया कि yes, their products are original and this is how can you use them, this is how you can create different looks. Initially जब I used to our business was a bit smaller, I used to go shopping, I used to take videos, or in videos I used to share on my story. So eventually people know that she's going in, for example, she's in Dubai Mall, or so
I remember
eventually
that.
products are original. But जब आपकी किसी products original होती है और लोगों को acknowledge हो जाता है, then eventually you start growing. So अल्लाह का शुक्र है, हमारे साथ originality का has never been an issue, because we never compromised on this. Never ever, never ever. बहुत दफा हुआ कि हमें products कहीं से source की fake हुए, so eventually we had to get rid of those, because there is no point in selling fake products.
Exactly. Okay, I'll just have a quick last question. That what do you think? What would be the key points for those students or those youngsters who want to work in e-commerce? What do you think? What would you suggest them?
E-commerce, देखिए, e-commerce is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I think in pandemic and in COVID, we all learned how to use e-commerce. बहुत सारे लोग, when before the pandemic, the question used to be, do you buy, do you even buy shop like online? And the question during the pandemic changed, and everybody was eventually shopping online. There was no other way. We were all locked in our houses, so everybody, even the groceries, even the food, in UAE, there is an online app for getting fuel. So we just have to put our card का हमें, we just open our thing and the guys come over, fuel up कर जाते हैं. We just pay online. I am a huge online shopper. I buy furniture online. I buy my plants online. So एक तो time बहुत save होता है. So but अगर आप इस venture में जाना चाह रहे हैं, and I want to add one thing. My son is 14 years old, mashallah. So he has come up with his own drop shift model. So he's actually working on it. So मुझे लगता है कि हम जिस age में थे और हमारे जो आगे future generations हैं, they're already adapted to online shopping. For them, it's like something very, it's on their fingertips. So e-commerce is here to stay. But now all of those who want to go into this venture, first of all, you need to understand, don't go into the same thing that is already being done. सो अगर आप वही चीज करेंगे जो ऑलरेडी हो रही है, देन यू नो मार्केट जिसकी ऑलरेडी सैचुरेट हो चुकी है, देन इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू मेक योर मार्क. सो व्हाटएवर योर वेंचर इज, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू नो दैट दिस इज आवर यूएसपी. दिस इज वन थिंग, one key thing that is going to make you look different from the rest of everybody. Like everybody is doing grocery, then there are so many grocery apps. So usme se, then you see a few grocery apps that go a long way, and then other ones start shutting down. Food के साथ भी ये होता है कि जब food apps आते हैं बहुत सारे होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, उसमें से जब रेस होती है सब भागते हैं. So उसमें जो स्ट्रॉन्गर जो होता है वो आगे निकल जाते हैं, बाकी इवेंचुअली देयर इज नो हार्म इन इट कि आप पीछे रह जाएं. बट देन यू गो इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन. सो आप प्लीज, अगर आप ई कॉमर्स में जाना चाह रहे हैं, यू नीड टू सी कि आपने करना क्या है, किस तरह से उसको आप प्रेफर करेंगे, और आपका यूएसपी क्या है, सो दैट इट डजंट लुक लाइक what 10 other people are already doing. So this is the key point for me, for the e-com industry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mina. It was really nice talking to you, and being one of your customers. It was a privilege to know the whole story and the whole journey of Bagallery. I would ask our students if anybody has any question, they can ask that right now. Otherwise, we'll end the session. Guys, you have a chance. You can ask for any advice, anything that you want to ask right now, but
Please.
free to. Okay. So I think that have any questions. Thank you so much, Mina. It was a very informative session, and I hope that the generation, younger generation, they are. I think they're far better in terms of knowing what they want to do than us. तो
Absolutely.
हो गया कि हमें सिर्फ ये पता था एमएनसीज में चले जाएं, जॉब्स कर लें. वी नेवर थॉट कि देयर इज दिस प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर अस एज वेल दैट वी कैन स्टार्ट आवर ओन बिजनेसेस एज वेल. उसके लिए आपको ये लगता था दैट यू नीड टू हैव दैट बैकग्राउंड, यू नीड टू हैव दैट थिंग कि आपके पास एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम होगा, ओनली देन यू कैन स्टार्ट, यू कैन बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. But now the horizon is really very broad, and it's for everyone that they can go and explore that. So I hope that this proved to be very helpful for the students as well. And thank you so much, Mina. It was really nice having you.
Thank you so much, Zanera. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.